man at the window.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Indie on Main Theater. Thank you for coming out tonight. We will be beginning the show right now. Put your hands together for your host, Mr. Tate Griffen.
Thank you. Thank you. Corey said I look like West Virginia Dracula. I want to smoke your meth. That's terrible. I'm sorry. Sorry. How are you guys doing? Some of my friends didn't want me to call them out. Friends like Sherry, Michelle. All right, well, we're going to have to really turn it up. Come on, I can't really see. How you guys doing? We're going to need to feel like a full theater here. All right. Can I have permission to be pretty straightforward and raw with you guys tonight? Is that okay? My wife is here, and she's a crazy bitch. I don't even know where she's at, but she's here. The other night, I came home. I got home about 2 in the morning, and I laid down in bed, and she literally rolled over half asleep, and she looked right at me, half awake. She's like, "You're not good at your job." Which is super fucked up, because I'm unemployed. So I'm like, is that more than, is that like bigger, like as a human, as a father, what's happening here? Yeah, it's so cool to be back at the Indie on Main. You guys glad to be back? We have an unbelievable lineup of comedians tonight. Really, really stoked about it. We have folks coming in from Ohio. We have people from Baltimore, from Pittsburgh. The whole nine is going to be good stuff. I think we're going to have a really good time. I did a show down in Nashville about 3 weeks ago. Anybody been to Nashville? Yeah, it's cool. Have you noticed down there that there's a whole lot of retail environments down there with the word barn in it? There's like a dress barn here. That's all we got. But down there, almost every single retail outlet is a barn. I'm serious. They got like a bike barn, a boot barn, bench barn, yarn barn, bagel barn, bonsai barn, beauty barn, basket barn. There's a better barn and a best barn. And the best barn's not as good as the better barn. Technically, the better barn's better than the best barn, so the best barn's the second best barn. But they don't call it that way. They call the better barn, and the best barn the best barn, because if they didn't, people would get confused. They also have a barn. You know what they sell in that barn? Smaller fucking barns. It's right across from the shed hut. The shed hut and the barn, it's like that shit in Philadelphia where they argue over the sandwiches. You know, just don't know which one's going to go there. We've been doing a lot of shows in Baltimore and around Washington, D.C., and I'm on 695 a lot. Anybody ride the Beltway? It fucking sucks, doesn't it? It's fucking horrible. I hate it. Like, I get the kind of road rage that makes me want to fantasize about what's happening to the person. I just don't want them, like, to die. I need it to die slow, and I want to enjoy it. Like, I want to, like, pull some nectar from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll give you an example. We're riding down through, and this guy comes flying by me on a motorcycle on 695, and it's that thing where he flies by and it scares the shit out of me, and I'm super pissed because I'm, like, scared and just angry. And it's, like, not enough for that guy to just die. Like, I'm now picturing in my head as I'm driving, like, no, I want that guy to fly by me, fly by the car in front of me, slam into the car in front of them, fall down, the car in front of me runs over them, crushes his skull, that car stops, that person gets out, it's that guy's mom, and she was on her way to buy his birthday present, which was a helmet. Like, that's the shit that gets me over it. That's the shit that gets me over it. Don't choke on that popcorn. I looked over, I was like, Good times, good times. Were you guys ready for your very first stand-up comedian this evening? Yeah. All right. This gentleman traveled quite a distance. Came out all the way from Ohio. Please welcome our very first comedian, the very, very funny Mr. Dusty Harvey.
Keep it going for Tate, everybody! Keep it going! Put this shindig on. Yeah, give it up for Sherry over here, just fucking rocking it. That was your name, right, Sherry? Did I meant to get it wrong? Already fucked up. Shits! First thing, I'm fucking up. I'm in West Virginia. I'm from Ohio. We drove down here 5.5 hours. I only saw 700,000 Confederate flags. I think I might be under on that. And I was just thinking the whole time, I was like, is this the South? I don't, I don't know what's going on here. I'm from Ohio. That's the North. So when I see one, I'm like, what are you doing? Is this a transplant type situation? Are you here on a work visa? I don't know what's going on, but it's tight. It's tight. It's great being here. Great being here. My wife and I just had our first baby. That's pretty tight, right? Thank you. Thank you. We're gonna save this marriage, everybody. We got this. We're fucked. It's crazy. It's crazy being a parent. Oh, boy. My wife is a weirdo. My wife's a weirdo. She likes to pop pimples. Does anyone in here like to pop pimples? Oh, you're always way too excited. You're always way too excited about it. I hate it because I'm a man and I have to pretend like it doesn't hurt. And it does. It's like the only time she can touch my body and white stuff comes out that I don't enjoy, you know? You guys like cum jokes. All right. All right. I might have 1 or 2 of those this evening. We will see where this 10 minutes takes us. I keep it going for the art of stand-up comedy, the art of stand-up comedy. Oh, the art. The art. Oh, the art. I love it. Breathe it in. That's a new character I'm working on, a guy who takes stand-up entirely way too seriously and thinks that it's an art. And likes to pretend like it's not just dick jokes, and it is. I know what you guys are thinking. I have real small dick energy going on up here. Just the smallest dick energy ever of all time. I'm doing that because I did that whole art thing, and that's real small dick energy. I don't know about that. And I didn't realize I had small dick energy until I was 22 and getting a hand job from someone, because that's the definition of small dick energy, is getting a hand job at 22. And when she finished, when I told her to stop because it was dry and terrible, she went, "Wow, you're way bigger than I thought you would be." And I was like, "Oh, I got a big dick. All right. Keep going for me. All right." And then I remembered there's a size in between small and large, and that's where I'm at. Medium dick. Give it up for my medium dick energy, everybody. I told you. I'm an artist. Give it up for the arts. Give it up for the arts. I'm just Jackson Pollock up here, and I'm coming on the canvas. And you guys don't know who Jackson Pollock is? Okay, all right. What was I going to say? I don't even know, guys. I was drinking some whiskey in the back, and now I don't even know what is happening. Fuck, Jerry. My wife is a weirdo, like I said. She's a Christian. She's a Christian lady. She's such a good Christian, she can tell you where the nearest Chick-fil-A is, wherever she is in the world. And she only wants it on Sundays, so Popeyes it is, I guess. It's better, because you can't taste the hate like you can in Chick-fil-A, you know? When I first started hanging out with my wife, she was just like, "Hey, what's your favorite Bible verse?" I'm like, "You're weird. I like you. We should conceive a baby entirely way too early in our marriage." And I'm like, "My favorite Bible verse is that one with Cain and The Undertaker. Have you heard of that one?" It's a good one. It's the first time that joke's ever gotten a laugh. Like, legitimately. I don't know. I have a tag about how terrible the joke is after the fact, but you laughed. So now I'm like, what do I do? What is this laughter? Now I feel like I'm stuck between the rock and a hard place. Okay, all right, that didn't work. It was a pun. The wrestler. His name is Dwayne. Until the year, oh my gosh, it was only 5 minutes. Oh shit, guys. Ooh! Feeling good up here. I was really worried about when I had the kid that I was going to end up a little bit too much like my parents, you know? Because like the other day I was hanging out with my dad, and he was like, wow, this is crazy. It just went all the way from South Street to campus. And I'm like, what are you talking about right now, Dad? And he's like, well, sometimes when I'm bored, I just like to watch where the Uber cars are going. That's the brain of a serial killer, everybody. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't think you guys have Uber here. I'm just basing that off of the Confederate flags that I've seen on the drive down. I'm just kidding. I'm cool. I'm chill. I'll rap with you, you know? That's what cool people do, right? They do this. Is that a cool thing to do? Am I cool? Do you like me? How do you feel? I mean, I feel great. It's the best day of my life being here. The best day ever. Except on the drive down, this is just a tangent for me that doesn't matter about anything, but I feel like I have to tell you about what happened that kind of ruined my day. Would you like to hear it? Yeah, it kind of ruined my day. I was driving down here, and I saw a gas station. And the gas station had a Quiznos. Yeah, when was the last time you thought about Quiznos? It's been about 2002, right? And I went there. It was 4:40. I opened the door, and it said they closed at 4:30. It's the worst day of my entire life. And then I came here. Now it's the best day I've ever had. My days go like this. I don't know if you can tell. And I called my wife, and I was like, babe, look at Quiznos. It's closed. She's like, oh, don't worry. You'll find another one on the way there. And I'm like, in 2004? Yes. There were never a goddamn gas station in 2004. That reminds me of another restaurant that's always attached to gas stations, Subway. Subways are always attached to gas stations, and I think they only need to be attached to gas stations, because who the fuck wants to go to Subway? Absolutely. I would like a sandwich toasted, and then the sandwich, when it's toasted, just tastes like it's been sitting in the parking lot for like a while. It's not cold, it's just cold. I feel like, Subway Eat Fresh, that's their motto. You know what? I didn't even do the setup of this joke, so we're just going to abandon all things with this. There was a whole thing I went on. Okay, but here's what I'll do. I've been thinking about my hometown and where I'm from, and I'm really ashamed of it. I am. I grew up in a town called Anna, Ohio. I typically ask if you've ever heard of that town, but I'm 5.5 hours away from my house, so you definitely haven't heard of that town. It's so white trash. It's just the most white trash town ever in the face of the earth. It's so white trash that in local church services, I've got friends in low places as a hymn. It's to the Father, the Son, and the Dale Senior. Amen. We dip our Ritz crackers in Monster Energy drink. May Dale's body be removed from the wall. Miss ya. Until the year 2008, we had a place in Anna, Ohio called the Triple K Pizza. You guys know your alphabets. Good job. And if you take a letter times 3, and that letter is K, what that entails is Triple K Pizza. You could call them up and order a large supremacy pizza. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. The pizza's really good. It was really good. You couldn't taste the hate like you can in Chick-fil-A, but it was pretty good. That's been my time, guys. Thank you!
Let's keep it going, everybody, for Dusty Harvey. Hey, who here has a dog? No one. No one's ever owned a dog. You guys, you don't know how this works. We're supposed to... Who here's ever seen a dog? Who here knows what a dog is? I have a dog. She weighs 3 pounds. She's 2 years old, and she rules the roost. She gets away with everything, and my wife doesn't do shit to stop her. Not at all. I came home the other day, and she had taken a dump on the floor. She had ripped open the garbage, and she ordered a movie on Amazon. I was super pissed about it, too, because Air Bud is free on Netflix. And if she'd have just checked the other app, then we wouldn't pay it. She didn't even buy it. She did the $3.99 rental so that you can watch it in 30 days, but then it expires in 2 days. For $4.99, she could have fucking owned it, but she didn't. So I'm bitching to my wife, as I tend to do, and she will back up, like all this shit about the dog. Like, she's ordering movies, you know, she's charging it. She's like, you sound ridiculous. You know how stupid you sound right now? Yeah. All you got to do is set the remote high enough that she can't reach it, and then she won't order anything. Oh, come on. That was fucking funny. You guys, that's a dick move to not be on board with that. These dogs today, she had a phone. I can't do the paw thing to open it. You don't know what she's watching or what she's doing. Bunch of horseshit. Good times. All right. Are you guys ready for your next stand-up comedian? Yeah. All right. Well, good. So am I. She's very, very funny. Came to us straight from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Please welcome Miss Harriet Riley.
Keep clapping for Tate. Come on, he's working really, really hard tonight. And it's so nice to be out here again. And amongst beautiful, I think. There we go. Yeah, beautiful people. Because it's been a long, long year. I have to say, I am a little bit sad about losing my mask. Because 15 months without a cold and no random men telling me to smile as I walk down the street has been quite refreshing. Also, I think I'm going to be keeping the 6 feet rule. Because, thank you. There's only really 3 people in the world that need to be within 6 feet of me, and 2 of them are dead. So, so that tells you a little bit about me. And like everyone, I think, who's going to come up on stage tonight, I'm just here because I can't afford therapy. So indulge me, ladies and gentlemen. But yes, spoiler alert, I'm not originally from Pittsburgh. I am from the land across the sea, England, and I decided to follow Harry and Meghan. It's part of a long plan to take back the lost colony. At some point, one of their kids is going to be president. They're just going to declare that the whole experiment has been a failure and come back into the fold, guys. We've missed you. But I don't know if the front row can probably see, 2 weeks ago, I had the worst injury a comedian can have. I injured my microphone hand. I know, 4 stitches. And the worst thing about it hasn't been the loss of income, because it's stand-up comedy. The worst thing has been my boyfriend has had to help me put my bra on. And if, ladies, if you know how bad men are at taking bras off, they're really bad at putting them back on again. I mean, for God's sake, I do this every day behind my back. When it's right in front of you, how can you not work the clip? So I struggled into a proper bra for you all today. Because again, I struggled with the small boob privilege of the pandemic. All of these comments of, I'm just not going to wear my bra anymore. I can't do that. No, there'd be complaints. But I know Tate has a dog. Did we work out if anybody has or has seen a dog? Fantastic, because I was a bit worried about this next bit. Because it will hopefully land. But no, when I moved over here, a lot of people, I couldn't actually work when I first came over. I was the stereotypical lazy immigrant. I got my green card last year, though, so I'm now the job-stealing kind. No, it's a lot more work to come over here than you think it is. I had to marry someone. But a lot of people said, oh, are you going to have a baby? Because you'll have loads of time on your hands. I thought, are you insane? This is the most legit free time I'm going to have on my hands ever as an adult. Like, I will be arrested if I work. They don't want my tax dollars. Do you think I'm going to ruin that by having a baby? And what would I say when they get to that awkward age where they start asking why you had them? Well, it was either you or a gambling problem. Mummy was bored one day and just made a very bad choice. There's no way I could do that to another human. So I got a rescue dog. No, it's not a case of who rescued who. Have you seen those bumper stickers? Yeah, they're bullshit. It's a case of who's going to destroy who first. And no, she has separation anxiety, so she doesn't like to be left. And she's very much like me. She's either asleep or anxious. When they say adopt an animal, it's good for your mental health, they never tell you to not adopt an animal with the same mental health conditions as you. And my boyfriend was very confident. He was like, all she needs is training. You just need to train her. After 3 weeks of living with him, she's now on Prozac. Extra sedatives when we try and leave her. And he's decided she's somewhere on the autistic spectrum. Training has been abandoned. It's all about survival now. To put it into perspective, she's 25 pounds and a terrier beagle mix. So she's a princess and we love her. Definitely don't treat her like a child. Absolutely not. But she does also hate other dogs. And I'll be out walking her. There's no rhyme or reason. Any other dog is game, and she goes full Cujo. Slathering, barking, whether it's a Chihuahua or a Rottweiler, she doesn't give a shit. And it's really, really awkward, especially as a Brit, because we don't like confrontation and people just look at you. And I've been yelled at, and they look at you, and this woman yelled at me, "Control your dog!" And I just went, "I'm really sorry. But she's a rescue." Oh my God, I'm so sorry for everything she's been through. Her owner died and she came to live with me. That's all she's been through. She's fine. But it got me thinking, it's a shame you can't do that with men. You know, you're out, your boyfriend's causing trouble at a party or a bar, and you just go, "I'm really sorry. But he's a rescue." We found him wandering around Walmart all by himself. And he's not married. We've checked. He's not been chipped. So think about that. It's deeply, deeply unfair. But there's one main reason I'm doing stand-up comedy. It's not actually the therapy. It's because of my mother. She's a very typical British mother in that she doesn't like to show she cares too much. And I've done all sorts of different things. I used to do triathlon. I've done open water swimming. And before every one of these ridiculous things, I'd be really excited and I'd tell my mum what I was doing. And she would email me a bad news story before every event. So before the first 5-kilometer run I ever did, about a week before I got an email. Runner loses memory, tripping over own shoelaces. I did the Pittsburgh Marathon the year that I moved here. And Mum's good news and good luck story was undiagnosed heart conditions. How to spot them before it's too late. And my favorite one of all time, I felt like stand-up comedy would be a fairly safe pastime. Because you hear about people dying on stage, but it's always a metaphor, right? No. The day before my first performance, the email arrived. Comedian killed, electrocuted by faulty microphone. So far, I'm still here. And I have every faith in this building and its electrical equipment. She hasn't got me yet. But like I said, it's a very British way of showing that she cares. And I lived in London for 12 years. So when I moved to Pittsburgh, and any time I come outside of Pittsburgh, I just can't deal with your disarming niceness. You're aggressively friendly. Like, friendly and helpful to the point of being fucking terrifying. Like, I lived in London, and I accepted quite happily that I wouldn't learn my neighbors' names unless I got their mail by accident. And I would actively tip more in restaurants for less attentive service. Because we don't have the tipping culture in the UK. It's a very transactional process, and everyone is happy with that. So I lose my mind in Starbucks and in sandwich shops because I have a choice. We're not pro-sandwich choice in Britain. The attitude is very much, this is what we've made today, now buy it and like it. So I will leave you on a note of gratitude that I'm very happy that I now live in the land of no free healthcare, but ultimate breakfast sandwich options. Thank you so much. You've been fantastic.
Let's keep it going, everybody, for Harriet Riley. That was good stuff. Yeah. So earlier when I said that I'm unemployed, that was sort of a lie. I'm as close to unemployed as you can get. I own a comic book store. There's some, I mean, I love them to death. There's some backward-ass fucks that come in that place. And, like, I'm glad. Like, you know, some of my closest friends are backward-ass fucks. So it's great. But they bring some crazy shit in. This guy brought in a Batman pregnancy test. And on the back, if you pee on this and it shows a bat signal, then you're going to have a kid. If you see Bruce Wayne's parents bleeding and dying in the street, you got more fucking to do. In all seriousness, this guy comes walking in the shop. This is about 2 weeks ago. 100% true, people. 100% true. Guy comes walking in the shop and goes, "Hey, man, do you got to take Matchbox cars?" It's like, yeah. He's like, "No, man, what can I get from Matchbox cars?" It's like, "I don't know. Are they open?" He goes, "Yeah, man, I got a pile of them." It's like, "All right, like a nickel a piece is the best I can do." He's like, "All right, man, I'll be right back." And he leaves. 10 minutes later, he backs up a fucking Ford F-150 like it's coal with just a mound of Matchbox cars. He comes walking, he goes, "Hey, man, there's 20,000 plus in here. I'll just take $1,000. We'll call it even." I was like, what? Like, what? 20,000 Matchbox? Like, how am I supposed to even get him in here? And I'm not kidding you. This son of a bitch pulled out a snow shovel out of the front of his truck. And like almost like, "Hey, dumbass, like right here it is. Don't you feel like an idiot?" Kind of like I'm just gonna huck him into the nerd furnace. We're just gonna chuck him into the nerd furnace. It's like, dude, I'm sorry, but I can't. Assuming you're taking all this shit back and you're going to box it all in manageable manageable containers. And keeping in mind that I'm lazy. I'm not carrying a bunch of heavy shit. So I needed all manageable containers. I'll give you like $100 for the fucking truckload. He's like, that ain't what you said before. I was like, and you didn't say you had 20,000 Matchbox cars. He goes, they ain't all Matchbox cars. Some of them's Hot Wheels. Like, get the fuck out of here. Just go. Just go. Yeah. So this next guy coming up, you guys know him as Corey Bush. Yeah, no, don't encourage him. Don't encourage him. He and I walked down to the hot dog store before this happened. The hot dog store's the strip club down there on Main Street. It's right beside the winking butthole. No, it's Marty's Dogs, where everyone seems happy and drunk all the time. Has anybody, just by applause, anybody here from Kaiser that goes to Marty's Dogs? No? Well, let me let you in on something. We go in there and it's a fucking party all the time. And as soon as we walk in, it's almost like they think they're in Prohibition because everybody puts a beer behind their back, even though they're allowed to have them. So Corey and I go down there and get some hot dogs, and as we're walking back, getting all hot and sweaty, and we see a reflection in one of the many abandoned buildings outside. We see our reflection. I was standing there, I was like, oh man, we don't look good. And the lady closing Marty's Dogs looks over and she goes, well, the big one looks like he's about to have the heart attack that the other one just got over. Yeah. Corey was like, isn't that nice? I'm like, hey, fuck you. All right, well, the next person coming up on stage, some people know him as Big Time. Some people know him as the weight of the world. A lot of people just say he's Tate's friend. So please welcome Tate's friend, Mr. Corey Bush.
Woo, Kaiser, yeah! Let's give it up for Tate, guys. Hailing from Short Gap, Transylvania. Still pissed he stole that line. I wanted to give it to you firsthand. But he had his collar popped earlier, and seriously, it was West Virginia Dracula. He was like, I want to suck your meth. I'm like, I want to eat your chili dogs. We know what happened down the street. That lady was really serious. She thought we were going to die right there. But you are welcome, because the realistic Captain America is here. This body's made by German beer and Chinese food. But my dick, it's like Iron Man, y'all. Just the first one from the first movie that's in a cave, dying slowly and sweating way too much. So a couple of guys you're going to see a little later, we've been traveling to Baltimore to go to different open mics, kind of learn more about what we're doing. And we had a detour one day where we had to go through the city versus taking the loop. And we were going through the city at about daybreak. And we stopped at a stoplight. And Tate's son, who's in his 20s but super innocent, there's a guy, let's face it, there's a white guy who's in his Nike tracksuit just jogging for fun in inner city Baltimore. That's a little weird in itself. But what the worst part is his son leans up from the back seat and says, Corey, would you jog in downtown Baltimore? I was like, listen, dickhead. I was like, you're not going to catch me jogging through uptown Disneyland. As a matter of fact, if you see me jogging at any point, I'm probably in Vegas and somebody put some shit in my drink. And that shit makes me want to go find a courtesan of the night. So I've got a question for you guys. Because once upon a time I owned a fish tank, I know there's such a thing as a sucker fish. And because I've watched the Discovery Channel, I know there's such a thing as a blowfish. Which makes me believe there's such a thing as a pimp fish. Just riding around on seahorses, backhanding goldfish and shit. And you know that, he had a real name at one point, but now he's just rolling around calling himself LL Pool J. Oh, thank you so much for that gratification. I've said that line like a dozen times, and this is the first time I've gotten what I wanted out of it. So, another business concept I was thinking of starting soon. We all have delivery services. There's DoorDash, there's Uber Eats, there's Grubhub. I feel like in the near future, The one thing that you could add to that is prostitutes delivering your food, because I want you to think about this. You get on to your food delivery app, man. You're on like DoorDash or something. You pull up Chipotle. You're like, oh yeah, give me my burrito with barbacoa and steak. And then there's that weird wait before you find out who your driver is. How satisfying is it for your phone to pop up and be like, Sapphire will be there with your burrito in 15 minutes. Oh, all the shit I love at once. The world is giving me a hug through my phone. So, like Tate, I'm actually really unemployed, but it's been fun for me because, like, you used to be a dick if you stayed at home and jerked off and smoked pot all the time. And, like, the entirety of last year, I really was the real Captain America. Like, it was wonderful. The more I did nothing, the more people thought I was being considerate. But I got to do some kind of stuff on the side to make a little money, and online you can now, like, sign up to do kind of voiceover work for stuff. And I found out through that, after testing my voice a little bit, there's a voice that I can do. Does anybody here watch Disney movies? Or been forced to for some reason because you're around a child for too long? Fuck Frozen. Anyway. Let it go out of my house. I'll kick this kid in the head. Anyway. But it's not like your regular, like it's not for Disney, okay? It's for a weird website named TuneFun. Now, that sounds innocent, doesn't it? It's not. The voice that I found out that I can do is Stitch from Lilo and Stitch, but they asked me to say some weird shit. Ohana means family. A blowjob will cost you $15. Sit in a room and do that for like 25 hours, and you're just not going to be happy with yourself. And that was like, since it started till now, like 25 hours turning this Disney character into a sex star. I was like, Stitch, what's your porn name? Pins and needles. Yeah, that was cheap. Just some of you like puns. Wasn't even a good one, but I appreciate you. That's why we're here. I think that I'm the kind of person, especially after what I just told you, that would have a fun, like, so have a fun prank job of people hiring me to be the unexpected stripper at a bachelorette party. Like, I show up as a plumber, but midway through, I just start taking shit off that no one asked me to, and I got, like, a whale tail over my dick, and I'm like, Free Willy is here, y'all! Then I started doing the flapping motion. I just think that, man, there's a lot of things going on in the world, and something that we may have overlooked is that Sesame Street has been shitting on Oscar the Grouch for a long time, and I'm tired of it. Here's why. First of all, they call him Oscar the Grouch. For those of us that are adults, you're like, that's the one poor person on Sesame Street, and you're wondering why he's pissed off at everybody. But does or does not Sesame Street look like it's in an urban area? Like in a downtown area? I'm betting Oscar's the only motherfucker in that area that's got a gun. And he's so grouchy because he's killed a couple of motherfuckers because he's probably a vet, too. So I feel like there's a movie that's never been made about Sesame Street called Oscar the Gat. And by the way, Jim Henson was probably a great guy, but I'm betting he took like 3 to 5 hallucinogens at once to make up that whole fucking show. If Big Bird doesn't come from a sickness fever dream, the only other place he resides is drugs. You guys think Bert and Ernie are gay? Just saying, they lived together a long time. I don't care if they are, but I feel like Sesame Street and this modern woke era needs to fucking address it. Like, who's pitcher, who's catcher, because like, I'm just saying Ernie seems like the kind of friendly one, but if we find out he's the pitcher and Bert's the catcher, that explains so much about why Bert's so cranky all the time. Ernie, you forgot to use the lube again. Now I'm bleeding, and the only convenience store on Sesame Street is out of Depends. And speaking of pimp fish, where the fuck do you think Count Chocolate came from? I don't know what his name is, but it's the Count or some shit. 1 hooker, 2 hooker, You know that nice Spanish lady that's with him is like his bottom bitch who collects all the money so he don't have to smack someone. I mean, he wears a fucking monocle, y'all. Like, Dracula didn't wear a fucking monocle. Like, if you're a vampire, you're supposed to heal easily. Why does he need that shit? He doesn't. It's for show to keep bitches in line. I feel like Grimace was Jim Henson's fat friend. Like if Tate's Jim Henson, I'm Grimace. He's just like, look at this portly, nice character that we just keep putting on TV for no reason. Maybe I'm funny sometimes. I just feel like I look like fat Jesus who ate the rest of the Last Supper. And then went to the house next door and ate their supper too, because people weren't enough. So, I leave you with this thought. I was at my grandma's house, and I saw a picture on her wall of me as a child. And, like, have anybody ever done that? Looked at a picture of yourself as a kid? It could be on your phone, on a Polaroid at someone's house, and think, like, oh, you poor child. You don't know all the deranged shit you're going to do between the time that I see you in that picture and now. First funny thing that came to mind was in the picture, I had a big-ass smile on my face, I had a buzz cut, and I had a frog in my hand like I had just caught the golden goose of my life. But then I remembered that 30 minutes later, my pudgy child fat ass tried to take a bite out of that fucking frog. More so, at the age of 16, I would almost overdose on liquid truck stop Viagra. At the age of 27, I would shit my pants in a Dollar General parking lot. And at the age of 33, I would perform in front of some wonderful people post-COVID that allowed us all to have a great time. Thank you so much. I'm Corey Bush. You guys have a great night.
Let's hear it for Corey Bush and his gas station dick pill fueled medicated boners. All right. Why do I even need this? I don't even need that. You guys having a good time so far? Yeah. Wow. That intimidated me a little bit. Like, well, shit, I hope the rest is good. Like, I don't want to, you kind of peak too early, and then we got, then where we head next. All right. Seriously, let's build it up here. We having a really great time? I just like to manipulate you a little bit. It's just something I enjoy. So I went to Sheetz the other day, and they had this new thing with the fried pickles. Has anybody tried the fried pickle? Hell yeah, we tried it, and it's pretty fucking awesome. No, they're like, hey, you want to try the fried pickle? You can try it for free. I was like, no. If you got pickled chips, I'll try those. Like, that's what it is. They cut the pickle into chips, they fry them. I was like, oh, I thought you meant a whole fried pickle. Like, no, just fried pickle chips. They're like, I'll try the fried pickle chips. They're like, why wouldn't you try the fried pickle out of morbid curiosity? I'm like, because I don't know that some prankster back there didn't deep fry a dick, and I'm not going to know until I taste a bite of it. And that's the second worst thing that could happen. The first worst thing is that I take a bite of it, and I like it. Now I like the taste of dick because you guys pulled this little prank on me. You know when you're a kid and you go to Captain D's or you go to Long John Silver's and you enjoy like the deep fat fried fish and it's like all the breading and all the shit and there's just a little tiny bit of fish in there. And as you get older, you tend to, mature, your palate matures. Maybe you go to sushi and you're eating raw fish and it's like a delicacy. Just antiquate the deep fat fried fish to the raw fish and sushi and now take that with the fried pickle. Later on, that means you're liking raw dick. And raw dick, that's just dick. So the last thing I need in the name of a free sample of a fried pickle is to be on the business end of a blowjob that I had no intention of being on. I mean, seriously, that makes sense, right? You're like, I heard right over here, I heard, okay. You goofy motherfucker. Hey, here's one more I gotta ask you guys about. Has anybody tried the breakfast Baconator? It's even better than the pickle. And half as good as the pickle dick, depending on how long it is. Oh, sometimes Sheetz will fry up a real girthy one. And let me tell you for the uninitiated, here's a reason to roll out of bed before 10:30 in the morning. Go to Wendy's. I'm not kidding you guys. Seriously, the breakfast baconator, what they do is they put it on a bun, and I'm like, fuck that. I need a biscuit, and I need you to coat it in butter. And by coat it, I mean dip it. They pull it out. Then they put a piece of sausage on there. It's a 1/4 pound of sausage. I'm not getting paid from Wendy's. Like, it's just this great, okay? I need you guys to know when I give you a review, it's awesome. So it's a 1/4 pound sausage patty. Then they put a fried egg on it. Then they put 3 kinds of cheese on it. Then they put 6 pieces of bacon on it. Then they squirt some type of lube on there. It's like a breakfast slush. And then they put the thing on there. They wrap it up and they put it in foil. Now what I do is I then take and crush it down to the density of a collapsed star. Like in Superman 3 when he was going to get Lana that diamond, remember, and he like crushed the coal and it was perfectly cut. And as soon as he did it, Richard Pryor was like, what? That. So you crush it down, then I take a straw, and I jab a hole in it to kind of, almost like the maple syrup spigot. Then you squeeze it, and all that juice runs down into a little cup for soppins later. Then when you open it, the entire thing is congealed into just one like solid chunk, and it all has the same consistency. So when you taste egg, you don't know where the biscuit ends and the egg begins and the bacon jumps in. It's just a fucking breakfast free-for-all, and they will give one to you for $4. It's actually $4.23, but there's been a few times that I've been desperate and hungry enough that they just gave it to me for $4. So I'm saying if you go through there with 4 ones, do it. Wendy's is fucking awesome. You know what else is awesome? Thank you for that smattering of applause. Next time, all you guys need to get together on that shit. It'll look better. But you know what else is awesome is our very next stand-up comedian. He's come up. He's running some rooms in Pittsburgh. He's been all over the place. He's very, very funny. Please welcome Mr. Douglas Slook.
Nobody can say my name, Tate. It's okay. My name's Doug Slook. Let's keep it going for Tate. He's a great host, isn't he? This is an amazing venue. This is my first time here. Thank you guys for coming out. This is awesome. Let's hear it for vaccines, right? Is everybody vaccinated in here? I threw a Hail Mary with that one. I was kind of worried about opening up with that one. What did we all get? We get Pfizer, Moderna. How many people got Pfizer? Holy shit, just me and you, bud. Just me and you. If the shit goes down, it's me and you. We're watching the news every day. Is that shit fucked up now or what? Moderna, did we get Moderna? All right, Moderna. Anybody get the Johnson & Johnson? Yeah, this shit doesn't work anyway. There's always one person, and I'm like, I'm sure it's fine. It's not fine. It's not fine. You know, it's like, can't you just go twice? You got to go once. You're that fucking lazy that you can't go to MedExpress twice? It's crazy. Are there any parents here tonight? Once again, I'm the only one that doesn't know how to pull out. This is ridiculous. I go to these hipster crowds. Nobody knows how to pull out. I thought I'd come here. These people, they know how to pull out. No, it doesn't. I failed, rhythm method in Catholic school, so I guess you guys all didn't. Congratulations, you're great in health class is what I'm trying to say. Jeez Louise. So I have fathered 2 boys in my life. We lost one of them a couple years ago. No, it's okay. We found him. You guys got real dark for a second there. You're like, I thought this was a comedy, not a memorial service. No, so there was a room upstairs that smelled like cum and gym socks, and I hadn't gone into it for about 2 years, you know? I had to do some work on the house, so I had to, us men, we know, you know what I mean. We had to shut off all the electricity in the house, right? He knows it. He just did it today, just for the hell of it. Shut off all the electricity in the house, and I heard from that cum-stained room, I heard this. Where the fuck is the Wi-Fi? And that's when I remembered I had a 16-year-old son who went in there when he was 14 years old and hadn't come out for 2 years, you know what I mean? If you need to find a teenager, just shut off their porn and their Xbox, and they will come and find you. Don't worry about it. He comes out of there only to forage for food and to beat the hell out of whoever's causing his Wi-Fi to lag on his games. He comes out like the Wi-Fi sheriff, like... This Wi-Fi is not big enough for the both of us, you know? And he goes downstairs and kicks his little brother's ass for playing Minecraft, because that's who he thinks is the lag. Meanwhile, I'm in my room, all the blinds are down, all the lights are out, I got the headphones on, I'm binge watching The Crown on Netflix. I don't want to get my ass beat for The Crown, you know what I mean? Like, he will kick my ass. He's at that age that he eats pizza, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and he's completely cut. Like, just completely cut. So, and if he just would realize that, if he would look in the mirror, he would realize he never has to listen to me ever again for the rest of his life. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm paunchy, he's just completely cut. So I got rid of all the mirrors in the house. I told them there was a vampire infestation in the house, or in the neighborhood, so they bought it. My kids dislike me. They're always like complaining about really stupid things. They're like, Dad, you never have any time for us. And I'm like, I don't have time for this shit right now. I'm very busy. They're like, Dad, you never make eye contact with us when you speak to us. I'm like, oh, this shit again. Here we go. Dad, you don't even know our names. They got me on that one. They did get me on that one. Little what's-his-face and the other guy, they got me on that one for sure. I used to say that they hated me or they wanted me dead, and then they sent their lawyer after me to one of my shows with a cease and desist order, which just tells me one thing. I'm paying them way too goddamn much allowance. Do you know what I mean? To have a lawyer on retainer, it's insane. They're still mad at me because a couple years ago, Christmas time, I changed some things up. Have you noticed that after Christmas, all that stuff goes on sale? Like 50, 75, 90% off? So I just told them that Christmas got moved back a week. I told them Obama moved Christmas. There's nothing I can do about it. Obama! Damn it, Obama. And they bought it for a while, do you know what I mean? Until their little bratty friends at school told them that their dad was just like full of shit, you know what I mean? I tried to do the whole thing, like we're watching New Year's Eve. I'm like, this is Ryan Seacrest. He's going to bring Santa Claus out. That's the Christmas ball coming down, you know what I mean? That little baby with the little sash on, that's baby Jesus. You got to pay more attention in church. What's wrong with you guys? But then they found out, so I had to figure out another way to save money, because I'm trying to save money. All that stuff goes on sale, all that crap. So I just said, I need to save money somehow, so we became Jehovah's Witnesses. You know what I mean? That'll teach them, right? No birthdays, no Christmas, saving a ton of money. But now I'm going door to door, giving the watchtower out to everybody. I'm wasting all my evenings, you know what I mean? So these brats still get the upper hand. Is this a big Jehovah's Witness town? That may happen one of these days. They'll get run out of town on a literal rail by Jehovah's Witnesses. I took them to California a couple years ago. Has anybody here been to California? Not the city, but the actual state. Anybody been to California? A couple people? It's nice, right? It's pretty nice. But there's way too many goddamn people there. Way too many. It was just crowded everywhere we went. So I'll take them back, but I'm going to wait until like the earthquake takes care of a couple million of those people. This guy said, a guy at one of my shows was like, that's too soon. Sir, it hasn't even happened yet. If it does happen, I'll wait at least 3 months before I do that joke again. I'm not some kind of a monster or something, you know what I mean? I'm a human being. Took them to Disneyland, right? Took all these pictures of them to put on social media, because if you're not putting pictures on social media, are you even spending money on your kids? Like, everybody needs to know, you know, what you're doing for your kids. All these pictures I'm taking, I'm putting them on social media. Every single one of the pictures, they look like this. My mom calls me, what are you doing to those poor boys? I was like, I don't know, they're eating ice cream every 3 hours. They're in the happiest place on earth, hanging out with Mickey Mouse. It's basically Guantanamo Bay down here, you know, it's bad. They're brats. So I thought maybe I'm just being unfair. Maybe I was like that at their age too. So I went home and I found some old, does anybody remember paper pictures that aren't on your phone? You guys are old too, like me. Let's hear it for the old people. Come on, old people. So I looked through some paper pictures. I found a paper picture of myself at their age, and this is what I look like. I was at a wastewater treatment plant with my grandparents. My kids are just brats. They're brats. They're always asking for money for video games, you know, $20, $40 at a time. You know, I'm giving them all this money. Actually give it to their lawyers, and then their lawyers give it to them. But as you can tell, I'm a very good dad, so I said, I got to find out what games they're spending these on, because I think in some of these games I heard you can, like, rape a goat or something, like Grand Theft Farmer 6 or something. I don't know. I had to check it out. So I went into their room, and I'm trying to see what games they're playing. They're not buying new games, okay? Does anybody here play Fortnite or have anybody that plays Fortnite in the house? Yeah? They're buying clothes for their little characters. $40 outfits at a time. I walk in the room, the thing's making eye contact with me. It's doing this dance like it's got all my money. All my money. I'm shopping at Kmart, and these little characters are fly as hell. Like, It's just not fair. I had something really disturbing happen to me the other day. Can we all agree that there are two different kinds of towels that reside in your house? I don't mean beach towels. Those things are freeloaders, right? They belong in the shed. They only come out a couple, like, two kinds of towels. What kind of towels? Can you call them out? Face towels and ass towels. Jeez, Louis, you got very specific. But that's, yeah, face towels and ass towels. I think you might have just hit my punchline for me. Bathroom towels and kitchen towels, right? Basically what you said. Those are synonyms, I think. Bathroom towels and kitchen towels. Well, it really messed me up because I found a bathroom towel down in the kitchen. Not like accidentally, like not on its way up. Like it was acting like it belonged down there. Do you know what I mean? It was just like, he's supposed to be here, you know, and I'm like, you can't be down here. You can't do this. You can't be down here drying bowls when you just been upstairs drying balls. It's not. You beat me to that one, Nirvana shirt, but that's, you know, you guys are pointing out right now I don't talk to my kids, but I talk to towels. Yes, that's exactly what my therapist said too. I get it. Neighbors came over the other day. They had an emergency, and as you can tell, I'm very good with kids. So they said, we're going to leave our little kids with you for a while. I was like, that's a great idea. As they were leaving, they're rushing out the door. They closed the door, and they said, just be aware when they get tired or hungry, they can turn into little gremlins or trolls. Then they shut the door and left. I need more information than that, to be honest with you, to take care of, you know? Do I have to put them to bed underneath of a bridge, you know? Is there a riddle I need to know or something? Can I get them wet? Can I feed them after midnight? I did not know what to do. I had to save the neighborhood. You've seen those movies. The neighborhood gets destroyed. My property values are already going down a little bit, so I just shut them in the trunk of the car. I had to do it. It was for the neighborhood. It was fine. It was in the garage. The car was running. Everything was fine. They were totally safe. Totally safe. I'm good with kids, as you can hear. So I'm unemployed. I know you guys can't believe that, right? Anybody else here unemployed? You're unemployed because that's all the effort you're giving in life is just one clap. If you give a couple claps, somebody will hire you. I guarantee it. But I am unemployed. I went on Monster.com, and I'm tired of working that job that just sucks your soul out of you. Who here has a soul-sucking job? There we go. Even the unemployed guy is clapping now. So I put in some attributes about myself. I wear all black, you know, because I want to find the right job for me, the one that will make me happy. I wear all black. I cry a lot, like a lot. And I like to put tiny little flags on my car and run red lights and stop signs. So it came back, I should be a professional mourner. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what this is? This is a real thing. If you don't have enough friends or people in your life when you die, you can hire background extras for your funeral. So if you know any people that are like older or don't have a lot of friends and they didn't get vaccinated, I might see you soon because start my new job on Monday, you know what I mean? Anybody here like cancel culture? We love cancel culture here. They like cancel. Anybody else like cancel culture? I'm okay with it. I think there's certain people we should cancel, like Hitler. Cancel that son of a bitch, you know what I mean? Do not let him do another sitcom. He shouldn't be allowed to. Maybe leave Jack Sparrow alone. You know, maybe let Captain Jack Sparrow go. But the one guy we're missing is this little Cologuard box. Have you guys seen this commercial with the Cologuard box? People are just swimming or at the beach, and this little Cologuard box comes up and says, hey, you might have cancer. Why don't you take a crap in me and mail it, and we'll find out. That dude needs to be canceled. Like, come on, cancel culture, get on. If I did that, if I walked up to you on the beach and I was like, hey, take a crap in me, you would call the police, or you would send me a link to a Reddit that you've been on that you didn't tell anybody else that you were on. All right, I'm going to leave you with this. Has anybody here been to a kid's birthday party recently? Nobody, just me? I don't even have kids. No, I'm just kidding. So they have this new thing there that kind of like, it's like some scary shit, like some 7th level of hell shit. It's called a piñata. Have you heard of this thing? Okay. They hoist a dead animal carcass up in the air. They blind one child at a time. They give that blind child a blunt object to beat on the dead animal carcass until its sugary innards come spilling out, creating a gut pile on the ground. The little savages jump on the gut pile, hurting each other to get that sugary goodness. It's literally like being in hell. And that's not even the worst part. The worst part is if some crap candy comes out of there, like bit of honey or bottle caps or something. Now you've got 20 sugared up little demons chasing you around the house with baseball bats. And you're trying to convince them that you are indeed filled with candy corn. That's a true story. I've been Doug Slook, and you guys have been great. Thank you very much. Let's hear it for Tate.
Let's keep it going for Doug, everybody. Yeah. I had this idea for a Batman movie. It seems like every one of them get darker and darker. Have you guys noticed that? Like every one of them's darker and darker until soon Batman's just going to kill his own parents. I was going through just some of the stuff, like looking with an adult eye at some of the things that I was big into when I was a kid, and it raises a whole lot of questions. What the fuck were they celebrating in the Flintstones Christmas special? Fred had a Santa Claus suit on. That shit showed up later. Like, you don't get there without the other part, you know? I don't know, it was weird. Like, they took Fat Albert off the Superstation. Was it because of the fat shaming or the rape? I don't know. 101 Dalmatians, I was watching that, the original cartoon. You guys have seen that, right, the Disney one? I always thought that Cruella de Vil had the loving couple over a barrel. Like, I thought like that was her employer, or like she owned the house they lived in. That bitch was her high school friend. She just put up with that shit. Cruella de Vil, she rolled in, she's like, look, I'll pay you twice what the puppies are worth. And they said no. Did you see the place they lived? They're not going to live on that dude's songs that he's writing. She offered to pay, and they said no. They have 101 dogs. Statistically, a dog takes a big steaming shit about once every 8.5 hours. You do the math on that, and let me tell you what really, really ruins a newlywed, Englished, loft, one-bedroom studio romantic apartment. It's a dog statistically taking a dump in front of your TV every 3.5 minutes. But they don't think about that shit. They didn't think about it at all. Kind of a dark tone. We're just going to keep moving. You guys ready for your next stand-up comedian? This next guy is really, really funny, straight from Baltimore, Maryland. Please welcome Mr. Matt Brown.
Hell yeah. What's up, guys? Dude, you guys stopped clapping like 3 steps before I got to this mic. That was fucking awkward as shit. Oh, what is up? This is fun. Oh, it's really bright up here. I can't see anybody. Hi. Just wanted to see what you guys were looking at me like, if you were judging me already or not. I like to make sure. All right, cool. So this is a big month for me. Pride Month. Huh? No, I'm just kidding around. No, I'm not fucking gay, dude. No. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with being gay, but I'm not. This is a big month for me because I got into my first car accident in this month 2 years ago. So I do a lot of celebrating this year. What I do to celebrate is I drunk drive. That's my... I didn't get in a drunk driving accident. I got rear-ended by a 91-year-old man named Wolfram. And, yeah, I guess you could say he Wolframmed the shit out of me, huh? Hey-o. All right, there we go. No, he rear-ended me. He was going 65 miles per hour. I was going 0 miles per hour. Luckily, I was texting when it happened, so I didn't see it coming. 1 minute, I'm like, this traffic sucks, and then I'm inside of the Ford that was in front of me. And then I get out of my car, the guy in the Ford gets out, and he looks back at me, and he goes, damn, you took that like a champ. And I was like, thanks, dude, and then I threw up and passed out on the side of the highway. And I woke up, I look back, everybody's standing around Wolfram's car, and I see him, and he's fine. And I'm like, why the fuck are you guys even bothering with him right now? Like, he just hit me so hard, his old age is in me. I can't feel my fucking feet. I think I have diabetes. Like, somebody... call somebody, you know? Like, I'd never been in a car accident before, right? So I didn't know what to do. I called my oldest brother, and my oldest brother is a Jehovah's Witness. So, yeah, it's kind of like what the last guy was talking about. So I called him up, and I was like, hey, man, I just got into a car accident. What do I do? And he said, in times like these, I think what would Jehovah want me to do? And I was like, damn it, man, I don't have time to make pamphlets and knock on doors. Like, I have these, so yeah, my oldest brother, he's a Jehovah's Witness, and I have these two little Jehovah's Witness nieces, or Jehovah's Wit nieces, as I call them. That's cute, right? It's about to get real not cute. I don't know. They're weird. They just say weird shit all the time. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because my brother's raising them, or like my brother, he's 16 years older than me. And when my parents would let him watch me when I was little, he would do shit like tie me up and make me watch Freddy Krueger and shit like that. Like, does that guy get to have kids? Are you serious? Like, this is fucked up. I'm gonna tell you guys about it. I used to have a paper route when I was like 8, and on Sundays he would get up in the morning and help me, you know, put all like the inserts in the paper. And one morning, this isn't even one morning, this is multiple mornings. He would be like, all right, come on out, the papers are here, hurry up. And I would run out, and he would just be like slapping his dick back and forth in the fucking living room. It's a fucking great prank. But also not suitable for raising little girls. Anyway, I don't know if they're weird because of that or because of the Jehovah's Witness thing, you know? Like, they're just fucking, they're odd. They're an odd group. What are you in here? Are you fine? There's alcohol here. It's nighttime. They're not allowed out. We're safe here. I don't know if you guys know this, but Jehovah's Witnesses are like reverse vampires. If they come out at night, they just burst into pamphlets and fly away. There you go. Now we're on it. So anyway, they're 7 and 4, my nieces, and they say weird shit all the time. I don't know what it is. I was hanging out with the 7-year-old the other week, which I wasn't hanging out. It's not like we were smoking a joint and listening to Pink Floyd. I was watching her, which also doesn't sound great. I was with her, which still not a good choice of words. So we were hanging out. I'm gonna go back to that one, and I was like, we're having fun. I was like, let's take a selfie. We took a selfie, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna put this one on Facebook. And then she goes, don't do that, Uncle Matt. And I was like, why? And she goes, because then the pedophiles are going to see me. Yeah. I was like, first of all, keep talking like that, and they're going to love you. Secondly, like, how do you know you're 7? Like, when I was 7, I would get into any Astro van that pulled up to me, you know? Like, just because I thought Astro meant we were going to space. Like, live a little, kid. Get touched, you know? I know, this is fucked up. It's gonna get, I don't like staring at my grandma while I'm talking about pedophilia. It's kind of fucking bothering me. There's going to be a lot of fucking head shaking from that lady right there. I am more than ready for a Nirvana shirt to laugh over her head shakes. You guys in the back can't see, but the front row is the most eclectic thing I've ever seen in my fucking life. We got like off-duty Santa Claus, and he's pulling a threesome, I guess, and then we've got like I don't know what to fucking say about you guys. You guys are just West Virginia as fuck. Like, and it's beautiful. I love it. Anyway, yeah, my niece, right. She's 7 and she said that shit to me. Like, what's weird about it is that she's been to Disneyland 10 times already, you know? So pedophiles have seen her. Like, I hate to break it to you guys, but pedophiles only vacation 2 places, Disneyland and Thailand. That's it. Thailand is like Disneyland for pedophiles, and Disneyland is also like Disneyland for pedophiles. Trust me, I went once. My niece went to sit on Goofy's lap. I was like, stop, what is that, a milk bone? Get the fuck out of here. And the 4-year-old, she's cool. She's a little bit weirder. She graduated preschool this year, which is like, you know, do we really need to graduate animal crackers and nap time, you know? Kind of makes me feel bad about the 8 years of community college I did. I have a fucking doctorate from CCBC. Anyway, you guys don't know about CCBC. Anyway, so they're doing this little song and dance thing for their graduation, right? And my niece came by us before she went on stage, and I went up to her and I was like, I love you, I'm proud of you, do good up there. And she goes, thanks, Uncle Matt, I love you too, but I hate Satan. I was like, what the fuck? Like, what is this, The Omen? Do you see him in me? What the fuck is going on? It's like, you're blowing my high, kid. Get out of here. Go fucking do your thing. So then she goes on stage, and they start their little song and dance thing, and this one little girl pulls her shirt up over her face and starts crying louder than all the other kids are singing and dancing, which is sad, but also fucking hilarious. Like, have you ever seen a 4-year-old hit rock bottom? It's priceless. I was laughing. I was like, look at this. She's never going to live this down. This is awesome. I was nudging my brother. I'm like, you think Jehovah's Witness in this bullshit? This is fucking great. I didn't think that me laughing at her was bad. What I thought was bad was that she came and sat down in front of us with her dad, and I heard her dad lean in to her, and he went, "That was the softest shit I have ever seen. If you keep being that soft, you're never going to make it in this world." I know, terrible to say to your 4-year-old daughter, right? But at the same time, if it wasn't for dads like that, I would never get laid. So, yeah, it was like a weird circle of life moment for me. So I was like, man, that's terrible now, but in 10 years, she's going to be the best hand job somebody ever got, you know? I get it. You can tighten up on it. It's fine. I got one more. And then in 20 years, she'll be on some rich old guy's dick. Like, who's soft now, Dad? And then it's like a sweet revenge story. I love that joke. It splits the crowd right in half. All the single guys are laughing because they're like, fuck yeah, I remember getting a hand job from her. And then all the women are looking at their husbands like, you know I haven't talked to my dad in 8 years, Steven. This is beautiful. Quarantine was fun. The government was like, stay inside. And I was like, fuck you, government. Don't tell me what to do, right? Don't fucking tread on me. I'm not to be tread. I'm fucking snaking out this bitch. They said, stay inside. I slithered on out. And I was like, bleh, bleh. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know. I've never said that before in my life. So it was quarantine time. I was like, I'm going to buy a dog. That's what I did for quarantine. I bought one. Everybody was like, go to the SPCA, rescue a dog. I was like, fuck that. I don't want a used dog. You know? I don't want a German Shepherd with 250,000 miles on it, you know? I don't want some step puppy that's got some other guy's bullshit attached to it. I want a fresh one that I can put all my bullshit onto, you know? Also, the SPCA, that's like jail for dogs, you know? I don't want some institutionalized dog either. I bring it home, I'm taking a shower, drop the soap, there's my fucking dog. Like, I don't want that. I don't want that, you know? Also, I was looking for a corgi. Are you guys familiar with corgis? Yeah, little dogs, big old fat asses. Just, Not like sexual, but like, you know. Anyway, I was looking for one of them, and people don't give those dogs up. They're fucking good dogs. And I hate to shit on if you have an SPCA dog, but your dog sucks. It's not as good as my fucking dog. I got a fucking fresh off the fucking griddle. I had to put an order in for this motherfucker. I was like looking for. Usually they're like $3,000, and I found one online for $800. And the Jew inside me was like, "That's a deep discount. These guys are fucking up. They don't know what they're doing, you know." So I went up to buy it from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Are you guys familiar with Lancaster? Yeah, I'm not. So I'm like smoking a joint on my way up there, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking play with this dog. This is gonna be awesome. And I start driving into the place. It's like 7 o'clock at night, and the sun's going down. I noticed there's no lights on anywhere, and it's just a bunch of barns. And I was like, oh no. Oh, this is Amish people. I am way too high for Amish people right now. So I like park my car, and I get out, and I start walking around looking for somebody. And this guy, he comes out of a barn, and he walks up to me with a lantern, and he's like, "Brother, what were you doing in that automobile?" And I was like, "Oh, no, this isn't Amish. This isn't Amish beard. This is Jew and white trash. That's what this is." I know my beard looks like I'm about to raise a barn and churn some butter, but I'm really about to do your taxes and sell your stepson weed. Like that's... I just happen to have resting Jebediah face. That's... So he's like, "Oh, you must be here for the dog." And I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Okay, come with me." We go behind this barn, and there's like a 10 by 10 metal cage with like 50 dogs inside of it. I know. I was like, wow, I guess I am rescuing a dog. Look at that. And then he goes, which one is yours? And I said, the ad said his name was Skippy. And he goes, they don't have names, we just say they do, so people like you buy them. Yeah. It's like, wow, that's harsh for a guy who doesn't use electricity because God said so. Like, what the fuck is going on here, Abraham Vick? Like, that was a Michael Vick joke, in case you guys don't remember what he did to dogs. Anyway, so then he goes, and all the dogs, they had like little pieces of twine around their neck. And he goes and gets this hook and just starts yanking dogs, right? And he gets the wrong dog the first like 5 times. I'm just like, Jesus, this is the most expensive claw game I've ever been a part of. Like usually it's 50 cents for a plush toy and a fucking hand job from my girlfriend. And now it's $800 for a puppy and anal? This is crazy. This is high stakes is what this is. Anyway, he got my dog, and when he got my dog, like my inner white man kicked in immediately, and I was like, don't touch my son like that, Abraham. That's my baby boy. I'll drive this Sonata right through your barn and ruin your butter business, bitch. And I just fucking threw the money and took the dog. He's a good boy. I have him at home now. He's a good boy. I'm white enough that I gave him a people name. You guys do that? You guys give your dogs people names? I named him Otis. Yeah, I'm also white enough that I gave him a middle name. It's Jermaine. So my dog's name is Otis Jermaine Brown, and I'm raising him to be a strong black man. Yeah. It's progress. I taught him this little trick. I say black power. He puts his paw up. It's fucking... I'm always like, come here, Otis. And he's like, it's Kunta. And he runs away. That was a Roots joke. I don't know if you guys remember Kunta. He ran away. Didn't get away, but he ran away. Sorry, that was fucked up. That was... Probably joked about molesting my nieces, and that's still the most fucked up thing I did, I think. Anyway, he's a good boy. I don't think I'm gonna get him neutered. I don't know. I took him to the vet, and they asked me if I was gonna get him neutered, and I was like, nah. But do you guys do circumcisions? I didn't say that. I didn't do that. The vet was telling me, he was like, well, if you're not gonna get him neutered, you have to, check him. Make sure nothing's wrong. I'm like, well, that's not a problem, My dog's favorite thing to do is when I get home from work, he runs into a different room, and then I run in like, what's wrong? And he rolls over and shows me his dick, which, classic prank, Like, I don't know if you guys remember, but my brother used to do that shit to me. I was like, you're going to fit in good here, OJ, I just realized my dog's name is OJ, and my girlfriend's name is Nicole. That's he's gonna fucking kill us. We're gonna fucking. Oh shit! Wow. I guess he's sleeping outside the bedroom from now on. Anyway. So yeah, the other day, this is fucked. This is weird. I'm gonna tell you guys about it. Don't get off the boat now, because it's gonna get weird. So the other day, I get home from work. He's barking, running. Oh, your dick, ha ha ha. And it looked like one of his balls went into his dick, which, like, what the fuck, So I reach down and I start grabbing it, and he's like, ah! I'm like, what the hell? So I pull out my phone and I Google, why does it look like my dog's balls went into his dick? And you wouldn't think that has 10 million hits on Google. But there I was, reading about these glands that swell up in unneutered dogs, and if you touch it too much, they'll ejaculate. Yeah, so I'm standing there with my phone in one hand and my little puppy's G-spot in the other. And I was just like, oh God, and I dropped my phone, he started biting it, and I was like, damn, I guess I gotta be a good dad, I'm just joking, guys, I didn't jerk off my dog. I sucked it. Nah. All right, this is enough. I'm gonna leave. I promise. One more fucked up thing that you guys are gonna take to church with you on Sunday. I heard this Jewish boy say the darndest thing about sucking his dog off. I told you they were evil. Did he have horns? Anybody had horns? So I'm sorry. Anyway, I've made a lot of bad decisions in my life, and I think the biggest bad decision I made was that in high school I took Russian instead of Spanish. Do they make you guys take foreign language out here? Yeah. So like movies and video games told me Russia was going to take over, and then life taught me that it was my hermanos to the south. You know what I mean? I don't mean it in like a build the wall kind of way. I mean it like I wash windows for a living, so it would help if I knew what everybody around me was saying all the time. Like I'm always walking through kitchens and everybody's laughing and high-fiving. I'm like, fuck, they think I'm gay. They're laughing at me. I was at Baja Fresh the other week. Are you familiar with Baja Fresh? It's authentic Mexican cuisine. Yeah, the most authentic thing there is in the kitchen, okay? No, I'm talking about the avocados. Don't fucking... We all know the cooks are from El Salvador. Anyway, you guys read the newspaper? Caravan, right? Anyway, I got there. It was like 8 o'clock in the morning. Front door's locked. There's like 4 guys standing by this back door. I'm like, okay, that must be where I go in. So I walk up to the guy, and I'm like, hey, man, can I go in here? And he points at the door and goes, Armario. I was like, all right, cool, Armario's in there. Can I go in? And then he points at me, and he goes, Maricone? And I was like, yeah, I'm a proud American. And then they all started laughing like you guys. And I walked in, and it was a fucking closet. I was like, what the hell, Mario? I walk back to my car all embarrassed. I Google on my phone, Armario. That means closet. And then I Googled Maricone, and that means faggot. Yeah, so basically I was like, hey, can I go in here? And they were like, closet. And I was like, all right, closet. And then they were like, faggot. And I was like, I'm a proud faggot. And then I walked into a closet. Like, if that's not a metaphor, I don't know what is. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your night. Have a good night. Bye. I love you.
Let's keep it going for Matt Brown. Good stuff. The other day, I was reminded of, I used to work in childcare, and this little girl would come up to me and pulled on my pants, and I looked down, and she said, are you the caveman from the Geico commercials? Yeah, it was as hurtful to me as it is funny to you. I was telling my daughters that, and my daughters are, well, 21 and 17, and they're brutal, because teenage girls are brutal in general, and these love me. And I said that, and my younger one said, no, you look like Lil Sweet. And what I said was, what the fuck is that, sweetheart? No, I was like, what is that? Is it Lil Sweet, you know, he's this big, and he rides on a jet ski on a tidal wave of Dr. Pepper and goes, sweet! Remember that guy? I was like, you think I look like that guy? She goes, no, you could be his boyfriend. She's like, but I mean that in a good way. Maybe I'm just not picturing you the way you want to be pictured. She's a lot more sympathetic and empathetic. And I look over to my other daughter. If you've ever met her, Savannah, she's going to be real brutal and straight to the point. I'm like, what do you think? She's like, I think you look like Jason Momoa gave the fuck up. Like, my wife and I are super proud of the strong, independent women that we are raising. Stuff. You guys having a good time so far? All right. Ready for our next stand-up comedian, straight from Baltimore, Maryland. Please welcome Mr. Garrett Harvest.
Yeah. What's up? How y'all doing? Yeah. All right. I know I don't belong here. I'm going to just address the elephant in the room up front. I know I don't belong here. I'm just here so Tate can reach his black quota for this evening. He said he needed one black performer and one black audience member. I seen the black audience member, too, because I was outside smoking, and he came outside, and he parked his truck, and, of course, he blocked, like, 3 cars in the parking lot. I'm like, dog, there's only 2 of us. It's very easy for you to make us all look bad right now. You should move your car, man. You should move your car. I was trying to find something to eat when I first got here. I was hungry. But I didn't know in West Virginia everything closed at like 4 o'clock p.m. It's weird. I walked down this whole block. I just walked down Main Street, and then I ended up getting donuts from M&S Bakery because it didn't have any real food available at the time. You would think of West Virginia with all like the incest going on, y'all would pass down some family recipes and shit. so we can have somewhere to fucking eat on the street. It's wild. I had a feeling when I came here, y'all wasn't like, when did they lift the mask mandate here? Like, what, did somebody know when? It was like months ago, weeks ago? Not recently, though, because I'm in Baltimore. We're lifting our mask mandate on Thursday. We haven't lifted our thing yet, right? But I understand, because it's been a year. It's been a year and some change since this corona thing has started. But we're finally getting back to normal. So, you know, we're being allowed to take our mask off, but I just want to let everybody know that, like, if you do feel uncomfortable still, even after they lift the mask mandate, by all means, please keep your mask on if that'll help you feel safe. Keep your mask on by all means, because that'll help me know who I shouldn't hang out with. You got to pass during corona. I don't trust people that purposely hide their face. I don't know, man. Because I'm not scared. I've been not caring since like last summer. Like, it's just, at first, when the corona first started, I was scared or whatever. Like, when it was new and everybody was first finding about the information, I was scared until I found out that, like, most of the people that died from corona were already supposed to die. Corona is a serious topic, so, like, if you know somebody or if you are somebody that died from corona, you came to this show, so you are excluded, but everybody else. It was a lot of, like, changes I made, you know, like, during these corona times. Like, I actually want y'all to make some noise, because I recently got a new job. Y'all can make some noise for that. Yes. Thank you. I recently got a job. I was hired as an unemployment insurance recipient. Y'all have that here? Did y'all have unemployment? Yeah. That's what's up. But see, me, like, I got mad because, like, I had unemployment before corona. Like, I was on it when corona hit. I was already on it. Everybody was all bragging, like, ooh, unemployment, corona unemployment, we got $1,000. I got unemployment when it was $430. Vintage unemployment. That's what I was getting. Back in the day before the corona, when you had unemployment, it was tough. It was hard, man, to keep it. Because, like, you're fine with keeping the unemployment because, like, you're comfortable. You're getting the money. You can live your dreams or whatever. But in order to keep the unemployment and still get the money, you had to apply for 3 different jobs every week just to prove that you're at least attempting to not have unemployment. But like I just said, I was comfortable with unemployment, so I figured out a solution. What I would do is I would apply for jobs I know I'm not going to get. Like, the last job I applied for, I applied to be the CEO of Disney. But I still ended up getting the interview, so it wasn't working out like that. It's crazy. A lot of changes. Fellas, is there any person out there, fellas, anybody out there that, like, goes to the gym, that works out? Do y'all have gyms around here? I ain't got shit around here but hot dogs and shit. Any fellas going to the gym? Fellas, I'm gonna be honest, like, yo, fellas, when we go to the gym, you know, when we work out, one of the many reasons that we go to the gym is to impress ladies, right? One of the many reasons we go to the gym is to impress ladies. But we always end up just impressing other grown men. Right? Every time. I work out, and and humbly speaking, I see myself getting improvements. But when I'm around, you know, when I go out in public, like, it's not girls coming up to me with compliments. It's just dudes coming up to me like, damn, you swole. I'm trying to get swole like you, son. Damn, what you be eating? Matter of fact, can I work out with you? I'll be like, no. Come back to me when you are a woman, son. 2021, it's possible, man. It's possible. I've been trying, like, I really, like, take my health seriously. So, like, what I do is, like, I'll try, like, different experiments to see what works. Different, I don't know, things I hear about or read about online. So one of the things I recently started doing was I started taking fat burner. You guys heard of this? Fat burner. Yes, I started taking fat burner. I got the idea from taking fat burner from one of them pretty models on Instagram. That's where I got my idea from because their bodies is on fleek, so I wanted to be like them. The beautiful, prettiest Instagram models, they take the fat burner. I'm gonna let you know right now, them pretty Instagram models, they shit a lot. Every single one of them, they high as hell off that doo-doo dust, man. That is fat burner, if you guys did not know. That's what fat burner is. Fat burner is just a laxative mixed with an energy drink. Just now you're excited to take a shit. Couldn't get with that fat burner, yo. Again, man, during the corona, I recently became single. Y'all could actually don't make some noise for it, even though you wasn't anyway. But don't make. I recently became single. God, every time I start talking about it, it pisses me off, man. I recently got dumped. Y'all got dumped because I slept with a woman while we were broken up. I didn't even know you could get dumped for how you handle getting dumped. That is some bullshit, right? But that's not the worst part about the breakup. I don't care about losing the girl. The worst part about the breakup is the fact that her best friend hates me. Fellas, it is impossible to stay with a woman when her best friend hates you. She hated me so bad, yo, it was ridiculous. And I also, as well, don't get it twisted, I also hated that little dusty cunt. I had love for her, but like she's a cunt, like seriously. Because she got the last laugh, all right? So like it's just like a pride thing. She got the last laugh. I'm pissed off about it. Because when I got dumped, this is the last message she ever sent to me after I got dumped. She was like, yo, you will never find another girl like, girl's name. Dating her was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Ain't no way I'm cooking for somebody who doesn't pay my bills. Take the loss, player. And then blocked me before I could even respond. So guess what? From now into forever, I must hold the loss. Do you understand how slow I hope this woman's death is? I hope she gets fingered by Edward Scissorhands. Like that's just pop, fuck that bitch, man. Little dusty cunt. All right. So now I'm single, man. So now I'm single and I got a date. Got a date again. Got to start all over with these chicks. It's been like a year since I seen their face. Like, it's hard. Dating is a hard thing, man, and it's the ladies' fault. Ladies, let me give y'all some advice so y'all can make my dating life easier. I wish when y'all come to, like, bars or something like that, y'all walk around with some type of, like, sign or symbol that lets us fellas know whether or not y'all have boyfriends. Because me personally, I'm tired of buying drinks for girls that have boyfriends. I'm at a bar, I buy a drink for a girl. First thing she does is she goes to the end of the bar and she gives it to her boyfriend. But that's not even the worst part because after she gave him the drink, that man had the nerve to lift his glass in the air and give me a head nod like this. Like, how many times she done this before, man? It's hard. My mother don't make it easy. She make it hard too. It's my mother's fault. I'm so bad at dating because my mother still is infatuated with my ex-girlfriend. Not the one, like another one, like an older ex-girlfriend, like 10 years ago. I'm the only one with a mother who loves their ex-girlfriend more than they love them. Like this is how much my mother loved my ex-girlfriend. My mother has a picture of my ex-girlfriend on the fridge. Now, look in the crowd. You obviously don't know, but do you know how important you have to be to be in a black woman's fridge? If you ever seen a black woman's fridge before, you only gonna find 3 things. You're gonna find pictures of family, alphabet magnets, and Obama. That's it. Who is the fucking racist clapping right now? I want to know. No, I'm just kidding. She's kind of like, yeah, them niggas do put Obama on the fridge. No. But I'm saying, like, for some reason, my ex-girlfriend is still above the ice maker. This relationship is old. Why is she still there? I can understand when we first got together, yes, the relationship is fresh when you love, keep her on the fridge. But I don't understand why she's still up there after 6 years of bad breakup and 4 abortions later. Take that bitch off the wall. She's a homicidal maniac, man. And at first, it was a picture of both of us, right? It was a picture of both of us. But then when we broke up, I go into my mind like, yo, ma, listen, We not together no more. You can't have a picture of us on the fridge. So she takes the picture, she rips it down the middle, keeps her half in the fridge, and throws my half in the trash. I'm only gonna throw me in the trash. But after she did that, I'm like, Ma, this is why you go into a nursing home. She was like, Garrett, why would you ever take me to a nursing home? I said, because a nursing home is how you throw old people in the trash. Don't fuck with me, Mom. I'm gonna be taking care of you one day. All right, I shouldn't have said that. Y'all got family in nursing homes? Yeah, I ain't like that one. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I keep talking about like changes I made during COVID. It's recent, and this was the time for us to all make changes in our life to reflect. One of the other changes I made is I recently retired my woke card. And I'm gonna be honest, man, it's because of y'all. Because in the Baltimore City, we had the George Floyd thing happen, so I decided I might go to these protests to support my people, but lo and behold, y'all done took over the protests. It's wild, man. Now, for real, like every time I go to now, I don't want y'all to get it twisted, right? I appreciate white allyism. I appreciate y'all standing up for us. I appreciate it. No, I really do. I appreciate y'all coming to the protest. But some people, it's getting outrageous because some white folks that I interact with feel like the only way that they can prove that they're not racist is by interacting with every black person that they see. So now every time I'm in the street, white people will no longer leave me alone. I'm gonna be honest, white people, y'all really making me miss racism. Because racism was going on, y'all wasn't bothering us, you know? But guess what? Now when I see white people, I cross the street. Cross that goddamn street, man. Recently turned 31. I'm in my 30s now. I'm well into it now. In my 30s, living life. 30s is cool, man. 30s, I mean, to me, as far as my analysis, being in your 30s is like being in your 20s, except you have a lot more money and a lot more pee. Like, I'm being completely honest with you. I have to pee right now. Like, I'm just being honest. I saw my cravings change now recently since I've been in my 30s. I like a lot of weird stuff that I thought only old people like. You know, like I recently developed a craving for rice pudding. Rice pudding is so fucking good, man, with like the cinnamon on top. I like it. I'm in my 30s now, so now I have like random conversation with strangers. That's what old people do now, right? I have random conversation with strangers in the line at grocery stores now. Just because like that's my age makes me do. So like I'll just be waiting in line, randomly turn around to the random person and be like, oh man, it is hot. It's blazing outside, ain't it? I don't know. 30s, man. I recently quit smoking weed. Y'all can make some noise for that. I should have changed. I quit smoking weed before. Like I did it. I attempted. I did quit smoking weed for 2 years though. I did really. It's a very hard process to not smoke weed. Like in order to get to those 2 years of not smoking, it took me 5 years to finally decide to quit. It's very hard, you know, because like you'll go like you can go like 1 day without weed, right? You'll be like you think it's all good until it's like the end of the day and you're sitting alone in that quiet room and you realize how sober you are. You just find yourself making excuses so you can keep smoking again. You know, like the whole time I'm trying to quit, I would go 1 day without smoking weed. Like, yes, Garrett, you went 1 day without smoking weed. You should celebrate with some weed. And then I'll be a stoner again by the next day. It's very hard, man. Quit a lot of things, man. I also quit a job. I know I said I recently had a job, but I quit them too. Quit a job. It was hard, like, it was hard to quit because I really didn't have a legit reason why I wanted to quit. I just didn't want to do the job anymore. So I didn't know how to explain it to my boss. You know, like, have you guys ever explained something to somebody, and at the end of explaining it, you were disappointed in yourself because you really didn't explain shit? That's what happened when I tried to quit. I go to my boss like, yo, I want to quit. He's like, why, Garrett? And then I look at him in his eyes and I'm like, yo, there comes a time in every man's life where he has to get down with the get down, gonna move on and jump on it. He's like, yo, Garrett, we should have fired you first. Jobs is dumb as hell, man, because like there's a lot of unwritten rules when you have a job. You guys are aware of the whole 2 weeks notice situation. I feel like 2 weeks notices are stupid and we shouldn't have to do them because it's not like they give you 2 weeks notice when you get fired. Right, because I've been fired plenty of times. I ain't get no 2 weeks notice. When I got fired, they ain't call me to the office and be like, yo, Garrett, listen, we tired of you coming in late every day with some Chick-fil-A. Just know in about 2 weeks that ass is grass, like it just said. Me personally, like I'm the type of guy, when I'm done with something, I'm completely done. So like if I'm working for you and I want to quit the job, your best bet is to let me go right then and there because if I have to be there for another 2 weeks, I'm going to be in there for them 2 weeks acting a complete donkey. I'm going to still show up late every day with some Chick-fil-A just to be consistent. And I'm going to be a complete asshole to my coworkers too because I ain't going to see them no more. So every time I come in the morning, I'm like, hey, good morning, Miss Shirley, high five. Psych, I don't fuck with you no more. Got 2 more weeks of this, Miss Shirley. Just to prove how dumb a 2 weeks notice is, we're going to put it in another scenario, right? We got a lot of fellas out here with the ladies. Fellas, imagine if you caught that lady cheating on you with your best friend. Usually in a situation like that, you would want to break up with her right then and there, but imagine if you had to give it 2 weeks notice. I'm trying to quit. I'm trying to quit this bitch. I got to give 2 weeks. Well, guess what? For them 2 weeks, she's still fucking your best friend. But for them 2 weeks, she's still your girl, so by law, you fucking her too. Now she pregnant. Now we all in the Maury show all because of a 2 weeks notice. Fuck 2 weeks notices. I'm Garrett Harvish. Y'all have a great night. Peace.
Let's hear it, everybody. Keep it going for Garrett Harvest. Some comics bring their own microphone. I need to bring my own microphone stand. I feel like I'm always like, oh, I'll just hold it like this. We'll just walk around like this. Sorry, I'm sweating. I've got the McMeat sweats. I swear. Like, you know how privileged and entitled we are? I went through McDonald's and they rang it up. I got 2 McDoubles. She's like, it's going to be $3.79. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? They went from $3 to $3.50 and I was super pissed. It's not even funny. It's just sad. I was riding out past Moorfield and past Petersburg and past whatever backward ass shit comes past that and kept going. There was a McDonald's there and I walked in and they had a video store in the back. And they were renting VHS. Waterworld's still out. No, and this is how I feel like a big piece of shit when I go to McDonald's. First of all, I consciously decided to go to McDonald's. But the other thing is, have you ever gone to McDonald's and you order something and it's super cheap and your expectations are super low, and when you get it, it's still somehow even shittier than what you were barely minimally willing to accept? It's like I ordered 2 McDoubles and 2 McChickens, and when they got there, like the lettuce and the onions and the mustard were like pressed into the top of the hamburger bun, like it's like some type of piece of abstract art. Like I'm the guy that they decided to fuck with to stand up and rebel against the machine. Like, fuck this guy and his $3 hamburger. Yeah, so you'd get that. I'd go to drive away, and I'm like, I can't go inside because I'm going to start yelling and screaming, and I've been banned from a couple of McDonald's, it's for real. So I try not to go in. I just call them. I figure that's the worst that's going to happen is something I have to say. Like, these burgers are terrible. Can I please, get some other ones? Like, this and this and this is wrong with them, blah, blah, blah. It's like, is it a brown pickle or a burger? I don't know. They're both gross and fried and right in the center of the bun. It's super disgusting. Like, yeah, come on back around. We'll give you 2 new ones. I don't feel like shit for calling them. I feel like shit because I still eat the 2 shitty burgers, too. You guys do, too. You do. I told you guys earlier, my wife's here. She's kind of crazy. She's a therapist. She gets a little dark sometimes. You guys ever play Grand Theft Auto? She was playing Grand Theft Auto. I came home, she's like playing and got a big shit-eating grin. But she's not running over people, she's just bumping into them. Like breaking their knees, pulling out a gun, shooting them like in the ankle, running over their dog. Like, and then like just slowly like get in the car and just driving away and kind of like running them off. Like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm giving everybody in this game PTSD. Super wrong. We were up at the store with with our son. He's 22 now. This is about a year ago, I guess. What's happening here? Okay. About a year or so ago, and we go up to Walmart, and he's looking for yogurt, and he gets over the line. He's like, "They quit making Trix yogurt." What? He's like, "They quit making Trix yogurt." You guys know the artificially flavored and sweetened cereal Trix? Well, they magically took that and made it into an artificially flavored and sweetened yogurt. Trix yogurt. That came out in, I think, 1997. He was born in 1999. He's never known a world without it. And now he's dealing with an existential crisis. They no longer make Trix yogurt, and he's hot about it. My wife, the therapist, feeling like it's a good way to help him, says, "Calm down. You're going to find the older you get, the more things you got to say goodbye to forever." He's like, "What?" It's like, yeah, today it's yogurt, tomorrow it's your parents. One day it'll be your dignity. And now he's like more upset about that. And I'm like, you got to say something to clear this up. In an effort to make it better, he's like, look, calm down. The bright side is that one day you won't have to say goodbye to anything you ever loved because everything you ever loved will already be gone. I fucking love her. She's great. All right. All right, are you guys ready for our headlining comedian this evening, our final comic of the night? Are you guys ready? All right, we're going to need to turn it up a little bit louder. Are you ready? Then please welcome Mr. Michael Andrew.
Give up for yourselves one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for yourselves for coming out tonight. Thank you so much for supporting live comedy. Holy shit. It has been a weird year for me. This morning I took a pregnancy test. I want to take a test I knew I could fail. Turns out I'm pregnant. Should never use my wife's urine. Does somebody all at that fucking joke? If you all at that, you're going to fucking love the next 15 minutes of your goddamn life. I can tell you that right fucking now. As a joke, I gave my sister anal beads for her birthday. Yeah. Oh my God is right. Yeah. My mom thought it was an inappropriate gift for a 6-year-old. But guess what? Now my mom has new anal beads. She has anal beads. That's what we fucking learned. Right fucking there. Anyways, that's weird. This is awkward. This is totally awkward. When I introduced myself to my father-in-law for the first time, I said, "Hey, I'm Mike, and I'm an alcoholic." Yeah. I wanted us to have something in common. Like I went to an AA meeting. I guess everyone was related. All their last names were, "and I'm an alcoholic." That's the best that joke's ever fucking done. So a couple of you must be alcoholics. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, I guess I'm in the cross-dressers. That's a good fucking joke, and I don't give a shit what you guys think. No. Me and my wife just had a gender reveal party. I flashed everyone. I'm a boy. That's a stupid fucking joke. My favorite pickup line is, "They do cocaine, he definitely does fucking cocaine." Nirvana guy does cocaine. I'll be talking to you later. All right, you guys are cool. You guys are cool. You guys are cool. Where was I? Does anybody else turn the volume down in their car right after they hit somebody? No, seriously. Does anybody turn the volume down in the car? I hit like 7 people on the way here. That's fucking weird. Get up for Dusty. Dusty's like the coolest dad ever. Dusty, he came with me earlier. He did all the Confederate flag stuff. Forget up for Dusty. Give it up for the other comics. This is the first time I've ever been here. This is one of the coolest fucking stages I've ever been. I feel like I need to start stripping, which is really awkward because I haven't practiced in a while, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's see here. Before I was married, I was on this dating website. It showed you the location of people the same interest as you. It's called sexoffender.com. The best part about being a registered sex offender, whenever you move, you always get to meet your neighbors. On a side note, I'm not a registered sex offender, I just look the part. I only date single moms because multiple moms is too many. That's a stupid fucking joke. I always date a woman with scoliosis because I love a lady with curves. A couple of you like curvy women, that's awesome. One time a lady was like, hell yeah. I was like, she's got scoliosis anyways. So any scoliosis women out there? No, I'm just joking. No, I'm just fucking joking. Like, I'm a competitive person. I want to try heroin to see if I can beat it. I just started doing heroin, and I can't stop because it's fucking heroin. That's the most addictive joke I've ever written. I'm a competitive person. I want to try heroin to see if I can beat it. I just start doing heroin, and I can't stop because it's fucking heroin. That's the most addictive joke I've ever written. I'm a competitive person. I want to try heroin to see if I can beat it. I just start doing heroin, and I can't stop because it's fucking heroin. That's the most addictive joke I've ever written. I bought a Polaroid camera so I could take throwback dick pics. I'm going to get a teardrop tattoo because I want everyone to know I already killed myself on the inside. I like to do one-liners because Nate Ball's too much cocaine. That joke appeals to two sets of people, comics and the coke heads right up front. Diet Coke is only half a line. And Coke Zero has really low self-esteem. Like, I went to a drag race show. It was just a bunch of cars dressed as planes. Lip-syncing Lady Gaga's Born This Way. It was epic. And drugs make you see some wild shit when you're in Walmart's toy aisle. I think Planned Parenthood's name is ironic. All right, that joke's never worked. I got to get fucking rid of that joke. I fucking lost you right there. Holy shit, I fucking lost you right. You guys want to hear my darkest, dirtiest joke I've ever written? You guys got behind better than that. You guys want to hear my darkest? So I'm balls deep in this 14-year-old boy, right? And he turns to me and goes, what are you doing? And I go, holy shit, you're alive. And that was the first wet dream I ever had. You guys are sick fuckers. I fucking love you for it. I didn't know if I was going to tell that joke or not. I'm atheist, but I do pray when I don't pull out on time. I pray she gets an abortion. Well, if you don't like that joke, you're going to fucking love the next two. I have a birthmark. It's a scar on my stomach from the hanger my mom used. If you don't like that joke, blame my mom. She would have succeeded, you would have never have heard it. You guys know how hard it is to tell 2 abortion jokes in a row? Really fucking hard because nobody wants you to keep them. That's 3 abortion jokes in a row, motherfuckers. God, you guys are fucking cool. Only in America is it socially acceptable to tell a mass shooting joke as long as you follow with a moment of silence. Thank you. A coworker of mine came up to me the other day. I was like, wow, Mike, do you know you have resting mass shooter face? I told her not to come into work on Thursday. Thank you. I sell my weed on TV because it looks 10 pounds heavier. That's a stupid fucking joke. Sorry. I'm a little high right now, so I gotta fucking... I have all my bills set up on auto decline. You wanna pay your water bill? Fuck no, I don't wanna pay my water bill. Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. I canceled my Netflix account, and 27 other people got pissed. Then someone stole my identity, but it's cool. It wasn't mine to begin with. That lady hates me up front. She's giving me the stone cold. She's like, you son of a bitch. Sorry. Oh, now you're laughing, kinda. I don't know if you're laughing or glaring at me. Either way, I'm gonna jerk off to you later. That's all I'm gonna do. Nothing gets me harder than a fucking belt around my neck and a glare from a grandma, let me tell you, right fucking now. Nothing makes me come harder than somebody born in the 1910s, let me tell you what. Nothing makes me do anything like... These aren't even jokes. I am sorry. She is glaring at me again. Holy shit. Are you guys related? Oh, I'm fucking sorry. She's gonna beat the shit out of you later. She is gonna fucking beat the Anyways, moving on. That was weird for all of us, wasn't it? That was really fucking weird for all of us. You guys are fucking weird. The adoption process is ridiculous. It took me and my wife 6 years. 6 years to get rid of our kid. No idea why we kidnapped him in the first place. People, can you please stop using Snapchat filters? The other day, I met a woman that looked nothing like the dog I wanted to fuck. That's the creepiest fucking laugh I've ever heard. He's like, ha, ha, ha. It's the same fucking dog. We wanted to fuck the same fucking... Like, all women think they look cute in that dog Snapchat filter. Ladies, you don't look cute. You literally look like a bitch. I think that's also a good fucking joke, so... Tap dancing is like twerking to someone with a foot fetish. And clogging is like 1970s bush porn. Build-A-Bear is a way different business model within the gay community. You won't ask how I know that? Well, okay. One time I dated an identical twin, so I could figure out what her sister looked like naked. All right, that joke didn't work. Thought that was going to work. Next fucking joke, Mike. I swear to God. Every morning I take medication, and the last thing I think before I take it is, I really hope my grandma doesn't need her pain pills. I need to make some extra money and sell them to my grandpa. Like, if my 76-year-old grandma was any more active, she'd be alive. Oh, I can fuck a dead kid, but God forbid I talk about grandma. God forbid I talk about grandma. Oh, shit, where was I? If you're homeless and homeschool your kids, that's called street smarts. Your mom jokes always kill at Planned Parenthood. Never at an orphanage. An orphan's favorite restaurant is the Olive Garden, because when you're there, you're family. Have I kind of won you over yet? You still at no? No, okay. She's like, fuck you, you piece of shit. Sorry, I gotta look at some of these. Let's see here. What are you fucking laughing at? Like, that crazy white boy up there is like fucking insane, like holy shit. I'm a competitive person. I want to try heroin to see if I can beat it. I just started doing heroin and I can't stop because it's fucking heroin. That's the most addictive joke I've ever written. I'm going to do that probably a couple more times. We got to get the fuck on board on that one. Oh, let's see here. Have you guys ever heard the phrase going ham? Anybody? Unfortunately. What does it stand for? I don't know what it stands for. I really don't. Well, it stands for going hard as a motherfucker. Okay? You know what is going hard as a motherfucker? Sacrificing your one and only son for the sins of humanity. Burying him in a tomb. Going down to that tomb 3 days later, he's not there because he's risen from the dead. That's going hard as a motherfucker. That's going so hard, God was like, Jesus Christ, that's going ham. He created a holiday after it and called it Easter. That's why ham is a staple dish of any Easter dinner. Blind people always have sex in the dark. Deaf people love that joke. I eat candy corn the same way I eat ass. On accident because I'm not paying attention. That motherfucker's eaten ass on accident before. Like, I took a first date to Applebee's because I didn't want to take her on a second date. Like, Applebee's has a happy hour. I can't imagine anyone being happy there for a fucking hour. All right, don't make fun of Applebee's. That's what I fucking learned. Don't make fun of Applebee's. Shit. Let's see here. The perfect wedding gift, according to 50% of couples, married couples, a divorce lawyer. That joke is statistically accurate. Crunchy peanut butter was invented when some guy got lazy and said, fuck it. The customer's mouth can do the rest. Like, I went to an art gallery, which means I walked into the wrong building. I went to a modern art gallery, which means I walked into a strip club. I made it rain at a strip club. I walked over to the ATM and pulled the fire alarm next to it. All right, that was a new fucking joke. Scratch that joke. Thank you so much for being brutally honest with that fucking joke. You're supposed to make your Wi-Fi password something no one knows. So my Wi-Fi password is my real dad's name. Yeah, it's just 8 question marks in a row. Like, I've watched so much porn. The only way I can orgasm is just before sex, my wife yells, skip ad. They got a porn addict in the back. That's what we fucking learned. Let's see here. I don't know how I want to. You guys have been cool. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for supporting live comedy. You guys have been fantastic. I'll try a new one on you, if it's all right if I try a new one, like a brand new one. All right. Black is the sum of all colors, and white is the absence of all colors thanks to gentrification. Kind of fucked up the joke a little bit, but thank you so much for fucking. Let's see here. As a child, my dad's sex talk with me was so accurate, it only lasted 3 minutes. Like, my mom was surprised it even lasted that long. The first time I was ever inside a woman, I lasted 9 months. Trust me, my mom didn't want me there either. I'm a competitive person. I'm going to try heroin to see if I can beat it. I just started doing heroin, and I can't stop because it's fucking heroin. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for supporting live comedy, coming out and doing all this. Thank you, guys. You guys have a great rest of the night.
Okay, everybody, come on, let's hear it. Keep it going. Let's hear it for Michael Andrew. Did you guys have a good time tonight? Well, hell, oh, great, because everybody's going again. Ready? We're going to do this till 12:30. No, hey, please welcome my partner in crime here, Mr. Corey Bush, who's way too happy to be here. But that's okay. We just want to thank you all. Thanks so much for coming. We really appreciate all the support and all the love, and we'll see you next time around. So thank you again. Thank you. Like we accomplished something.